Okay, for your layout, you have basically everything at the center. So what we need to have is a div for this, right? And then make the this horizontal, vertically center, and that should be fine. And then another thing is you want to stylize the input text and also the button. Right, so I already exported this. So for this, since again this is a flat color image, I can just copy the color and rebuild in CSS. But what I need is this image, so I'm going to export this and also the logo, and already done that. So I'm going to go to Dreamweaver, and we don't have any header or footer. Content area. This is where uh, your logo is going to be. So I'm going to place in your logo first. That can be just image directly inserted into, where is it? Oh, I need to copy first. um, Let me copy here. Maybe I create a new folder, images, and then alright, so this is your logo. And then what else? I need the form, is it? Alright, two text field. So I need the form, and I can use, hold on, this is in the div content, so I still need it to be in the div content. And let me organize it a bit. So this is the image, and now this is the form. I'm going to go to form and then put in the form, space it a bit, and the first one will be your text, second one also text. Okay, so you have something like that, and then the last one is your button. Oops. Okay. Button, submit button. Where's submit button? Yep, submit button. Alright, so you have that. Then you can stylize. What's the width? It's around 209. And then this is 210. So roughly around the same, 210. So I can stylize it later. This is UI input text, This is UI BTN, I think. So the form, so I want my CSS to target a particular ID, so that whenever I create a form in other pages, it will not inherit the same styling. Let's put it here. ID equals to, let's do content, oops, content style. I don't, it can be any name, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to add in my CSS. I haven't done that. Why is it red here? Oh, I haven't closed. Right. So now I'm going to add new source, new file, stick it. Just going to call it stick it. Right. And we have stick it. Now we can target the CSS. So start from the div first. It's called content style, and then dot, this is called what? UI input text dot UI dash input text. Okay, and then open bracket. So the first thing we want to adjust is the width, and it will be what, 210 pixel. Yeah, so you have 210 pixel. Right. So now we want to adjust the button. Again, it's inside the content style div ID, and then yours is UI-btn, and this will be same thing with 210. Right, probably not that accurate. It is the same width. Oh, but the height is bigger. 210. This is 209. Okay, so slightly smaller. So this is 209. And then, oops, go back. I need to know the height. The height of this button is 42. So 42 height 42. So right, all right, so let's stylize this. I don't want it to have any rounded corner, so I'm going to do rounded corner. Rounded, what is it? That's not rounded corner. Corner, border, border what? Border, just border radius, right? Border radius. Now it's 0. There we go. Now it's flat. Now it's raining heavily here. You can hear the thunder. And what else do we have? Shadow, something, but it's okay. We only want the underline at the bottom, so the border top 0 pixel. We still have the shadow. What if border, oops, border top none? Same thing. Man, let's remove everything first. Border left none. Border right none. Okay, and then this one we need to find. So in this case, because I'm not sure what else is there in this CSS, so I'm going to view this in the browser. So I'm going to go to Google Chrome, right, and we're going to right click and choose inspect. So now we can dive in and see what is happening. So this is form, and then input, the first input. Okay, you can see that there's UI input text. This is what we adjusted earlier, and then there's UI shadow inset, UI corner all, button shadow, UI button shadow, UI body. So there's a lot of things here, but the thing is you can look at the right, and while we are looking here, so we can see that there's box shadow. If we, and this one also, there you go. So this is the one that causing the drop shadow thingy. So it's UI button inset, and then what you want is to remove the box shadow. So I need to do the box shadow thingy, but let's do this 0 0. So this one doesn't matter because we already made everything 0. All right, so that's one way to do it. For the button, if you want this to be the same alignment, then probably you want to change this to make it a bit smaller, 198 maybe. Yeah, almost. And then you can add spacing in between. Go to source. So this will be maybe I can add like spacing BR. So it depends on how many spacing that you want to have. You can have several spacing, or sometimes you can just add margin at the bottom. So if you want to do that, we can using CSS for this or for this. If this you want margin bottom, for button you want margin top. So let's do the button margin top, maybe 80 pixel. Yeah, it will go down. So depends on what you want to do with it. For this, maybe what we can use stick it here to add margin bottom, and stick it currently doesn't have any styling. You can add another CSS, but since the only CSS we are using is just that, we can do inline CSS, meaning directly add the image here. So we can do style and then margin style equals margin bottom. Let's do what, 40 pixel. Does it move? There you go, and you have that. Now we want to make it center. Let's go to your CSS, and one way to do it is we need two things. One is, okay, this page we have UI content, so we want this UI content to go to the middle here, vertically, this one all the way to the center. And for this, the problem is form already taking up the full width, so it'll be the form content element to be aligned to the center. So I'm going to go to the source code, check out the form. Maybe we can let's do in this ID content style. So we have content style for the button, content style for the shadow, also for the button, and then for the input text. And this is content style for everything. And we want to, let's try align, no, text line center, see what happened. And you can see that the image moves, the form doesn't move, because I think the form Alright, so now let's do another thing. Content style, and then we're going to target the element, which is form. Is it form? I think so, form. And then let's try text align center. Nope, doesn't work. Oops. What else can we do with this? Oh wait, we already have class for this. Then we can do, yeah, we can do here UI text input text and UI button. We can just make this center by either using text line. If text line doesn't work, then we need to use margin 0 auto. So this doesn't work, no need to put in margin 0 auto. And there you go, now it goes center. So same goes with this. For the UI button, copy that, then that's it, margin 0 auto. So for this, oh, now you need to something else to offset. Now because we already put 50 pixel here, but then we put margin 0 auto. What if we put this first? There you go. So first it make everything 0, then the read next line it says that it needs 50 pixel on the top, so it works. Right, if you need more spacing here, then you can definitely use the input text thingy. So again, same thing, make it 0 auto to make it center. Then we can put margin top or margin bottom, whichever. Let's do 20 pixel. Then we have more spacing. So this got 20 pixel on top, this also got 20 pixel on the top. Alright, next is to make it all center vertically. So for that, we need to go to the source. The source is ID. Sorry, this one is this. The main div is page, and page has an ID called login. Okay, and then data row has page called content style. So the ID login, how to do this? Because we need to use positioning. So I can do, first of all, do we need this anymore? What is this for? Oh, this for the, this we don't need. Alright, so we need the login, and then we're going to do position relative colon, and then the other div is oops, how to UI content. Okay, then UI, should I use UI content? Let's try the, because already attached the ID here, content, and then login. So let's try just use this content style. Stick it, ID content style. Content style. I want to do first position absolute. Okay, and then I want to do top 50%. And then top or bottom height. I think oh yeah, top 50%. Later we're going to offset using transform. So now is left 50%. Okay, and then we're going to offset it by 50% of this size. So I'm going to do transform, then translate, and then I'm going to negative, so negative 50% for the left, negative 50% for the right, for the top. Then you get that. Yeah, so now we have absolute center. Alright, so that's that. The next is your button. So for the button, you have background color, and then you have the image. And alright, let's do, because we already know that this is the styling for the button, this is styling for the text. We can modify this CSS class. And what is this? Why do we put this? I think we don't need that anymore. Alright, so first of all, we need to do the background color. Background color, and then let's go to your XD, and this is your color. Yep, copy that, and then put it in. If you don't see any changes, save it. Then you can try importing. If there's nothing, you can use just background. There you go, so changes to that. Next is we want the image to be in the middle, so let's do background image, and then image, oops, not that, we want to browse the image, so it's the URL, browse, and this is it. And normally it's within bracket, but let's see whether this works out. Put important, no, it doesn't work. So let's do the double quotation, and then let's put important. There you go. So you have that, but now we don't want the background to repeat, so background repeat, no repeat, important. There you go. And then we want it to be centered, so background position, center, and no important as well. There you go. So remember, this important needs to be here because it wants to override what the same CSS that contained in the jQuery mobile structure and theme, right? So it has to be put important. If it works without important, then it's fine lah. So you have that, and I'll leave it to you to adjust the border if you don't want it. If you want it, then it's fine. No need to do anything with it. All right, that's it.